Hello guys, and this is Industrial Illusions representative, and I am going to give you what I promised. So, there is a couple things. First off, I want to let you know, so this is an update of my ToOn deck, and I want it to show you some new cards I found out that were really good with the deck, or at least one or two cards. And a couple things you can do to fix the deck up. Because, you know, I showed you the deck build a little prematurely, and just letting you know the new stuff I put in, just to keep you guys updated. So maybe if you are following my deck build, to get yourself a better deck. If you are aiming for my type of deck, you know, you could run it however you want, but this is how I do it. So I'm just gonna be very brief and quick with my deck build, and then I'll let you know how it sort of functions. Okay, you got definitely your 3 ToOn Kingdom. You want those. Now, so this is the main card that I'm adding in. This is Kaiser Coliseum. Pretty much you have Pepe and, well, pretty much XYZ Synchros. Those are pretty much the ones that you have to worry about today. And them getting into Infinity or other stuff like that. This will help you out a lot, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. The 3 ToOn Table of Contents, 2 Comic Hand, 2 Terraforming, 2 Magic Reflector. Actually, no, sorry, 3. Definitely 3. Definitely 3. And 3 Pot of Duality. For the spells, there's the spells right there. Yeah, I always have a tough time getting this stuff ready for you. Now you got your one-ofs, so your Vanities, Torrential Tribute. This helps you out a lot. Skill Drain, double Breakthrough Skill, double ToOn Mask, double ToOn Briefcase, double Lose 1 turn, triple Skill Prisoner, and now you're one of the monsters. So we're done with the traps right now. ToOn Barrel Dragon, you can see that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. ToOn Ancient Gear Golem. You got your ToOn Gemini Elf and your double ToOn Goblin Attack Force, and there's a reason behind that too. Double Cannon Soldier and triple ToOn Mass Sorcerer. I like the rare better because, you know, that's just how it goes. For me, at least. Okay, now, there's a couple of reasons behind a couple things, and I'm first going to let you know. The first thing, which is on the top, I guess, is Pot of Duality. So, I am running a 43 card deck. The reason is why is automatically you're going to lose the top 3 cards of your deck face down due to ToOn Kingdom. So what you want to do to increase your chances of getting into those floodgate cards is Pot of Duality. Use Pot of Duality. You don't special summon almost never in the deck of ToOns, and if you do, then it's either if you don't have monsters in your hand or whatever or whatnot. But definitely Pot of Duality. And when Card of Demise comes out, oh man, it'll be so broken. So pretty much, you have pretty much 3 more cards to your hand, and that's pretty much 3 extra floodgates, because this is floodgate.deck. So definitely the 3 Pot of Duality. Now, Magic Reflector, for obvious reasons, I think I've told some people about this before. Not Field Barrier, because, you know, it will definitely restrict you from using ToOn Kingdom if it gets balanced. If you read Field Barrier, you know exactly what it does. Magic Reflector, there's really not much to do to protect your ToOn Kingdom, especially when it comes out. If a Rogue MST comes out of nowhere, then you're definitely going to want to have that protected. Or if you just activate an MST, there's nothing you can do about that. That's why in the case, you know, you're definitely gonna you're gonna want it protected, especially with that new Twin Twister out. That definitely is a card that hurts my deck, but I haven't seen that played a lot. Double Terraforming, you're gonna want to see. I know I saw this card too much in the deck, so running at 2 is a little bit better, and plus you can this pretty much evens itself out with Pot of Duality and Terraforming, and then also you have 3 circulars for any ToOn card, which is ToOn Table of Contents, so pretty much your go-to card. Let's see, you got your double Comic Hand, With Comic Hand, running at 3 was just a little cloggy. This is like every card in here is situational, but it could help you or hurt you out at the same time. If you don't have ToOn Kingdom, this is a dead card, and you're definitely gonna want to get just put this in, like, there's you have it in the side, and definitely gonna want to have this Comic Hand ready for cards that can be targeted. So Cosmos, definitely don't want to slide these out for Cosmos, and for Magispectors and stuff. Put in better cards. 3 ToOn table of contents is a definite. You definitely want to get into pretty much any ToOn card you need. I usually use this card to get into Briefcase, or obviously ToOn Kingdom, or Mass Sorcerer, to get my drawing card starting up. 3 Kaiser Coliseum, and I talked to you about this before. Really, really good. Definitely, if you have this and as you said, ToOn on the field, he's infinitely protected by ToOn Kingdom, and let's say you have Vanities or any other Floodgate card, they're pretty much done. As long as they don't draw into their MST or any back row hate, you're good for life. Let's see. ToOn are now the monsters. For the monsters, you got your ToOn Barrel Dragon and ToOn Ancient Gear Golem. Now, I've talked to you about this before. These are, he can give you a good advantage every once in a while, just out of popping cards, if you know his effect. He's pretty much like ToOn Barrel Dragon times 2. Or he pretty much is like Barrel Dragon times 2. Then you got ToOn Ancient Gear Golem, which is actually really good. If you're afraid of the Stormings, or any other cards that don't target, that really would hurt you in ToOns, definitely going to want Ancient Gear Golem out. Or just, in the rare situation that you're facing Infernoids or something, he has 3,000 defense, so you activate ToOn Mask, they're going to ToOn Kingdom, they're going to destroy ToOn Kingdom, chain ToOn Mask to bring out this guy in defense mode. And most of the monsters nowadays don't have enough. They're 3,000 below, unless you're talking about like bumping your monsters up by a certain amount of attack with certain monster effects, but that's rare to none. Definitely, they can't get over this. And then you'll have this guy protecting you on the field. Like, I was facing Infernoids in one regionals, and their Deviety could not get over this. Like, that's just the way it was. Let's see. Yeah, we already talked about that. ToOn Gemini Alpha is at 1. I have one on the side, just in case, those Rogue Exodia decks or stuff that adds card to their hands. And this is pretty much a punishing card when you have it on the field, just to be even more hurtful to them, especially if it's Pendulums. They can start losing their Pendulum monsters, but if it is for like cards like or decks like Infernoid, or Shadalls, if that's decks thrown around anymore, just stuff like that. And this guy is my MVP of the video, because he's helped me out more than once and multiple times. So pretty much when it comes down to it, I face Yangzings a lot. I have like 8 Yangzings players at my locals. It's really annoying. But this guy, so pretty much the Yangzings ram, and they start to cycle themselves off, and it's pretty much over. Backseat for game kind of thing. ToOn Goblin Attack Force is really good, because even though you summon it, can't attack the turn summoned, if you do manage to get that second turn attack off, it'll go into defense mode, which is really good, because one thing, they can't ram off of it. It's always going to be in defense mode, so you don't take damage off of it, so even if you have low life points, you're going to start to get this guy going off. Or just use ToOn Mask to get this guy in defense mode, and then bring him back to attack, and do that. Or you can just cycle with 2, attack, defense, attack, defense, attack, defense, attack. Yeah, so it's pretty much that cycle right there. Those right there, definitely your Gaga Cowboy of the deck. This helped me so much in the deck for game, because I wouldn't have to like wait another turn. This guy is just you know what it does. Even if skill drain's on the field, he contribute himself off as cost. So if you didn't know that, these guys are really good. So yeah, I pretty much know everything and anything about the ToOns that every ruling. I've crisscrossed everything. I have a really good friend of mine that's a judge. He's judged at a YCS and lots of major regionals in my region, and it's really good. Really good to let me know this ruling and ruling on that for a second. I'll let you know after any of these monsters. Definitely your draw power, self-explanatory. Run 3 of them, summon them out. Yeah, pretty much, you know, I'd suggest specialing him in defense with ToOn Mask if you could, just for the extra draw power, if you do have that ToOn Mask. So pretty much, like, yeah, I get him out, and then if I get another one out, gonna start to get some pretty good draws. Triple Skill Prisoner, obvious. You know, this is obviously my tech in for every single deck I ever have played. So, Skill Prisoner prevents people from monster effects from people from castelling or diamond diaring your ToOn Kingdom. Then you can do the same thing from graveyard, banish it, and it's safe. Helps you out. Pretty much, you keep your floodgates and everything else on board with that as well. Double one of these. 3 was too cloggy. I got at one point in time I drew all 3 of these and I just gave up because I knew it was like this deck almost has no consistency, and then once I run into the 2 or 3 of these, it's, you know, I don't need those. I need other cards. Double ToOn Briefcase. Triple, you know, obviously is a little too much, but at the same time you can side these in for like Pendulum decks or cards like, you know, even Yang Zings, you know, if they Jiao 2, discard 2, then special summon their 2 off. You know, it's back in the deck, and they just lost a lot of stuff. They lost a lot for that, especially if they Pendulum. You know, they have their scale out, you know, all their cards in their extra deck, special summon that 5 from extra deck. Well, you just lost it all. So, good luck. ToOn Mask, really good. You already fulfill the requirement, so let's say they chain Divinity or something that would blow up like Sliprider. Chain this. ToOn Mask has already fulfilled the requirement of having ToOn Kingdom, which counts as ToOn World, on the field, and you get out your free monster. So, pretty good. Ignoring summoning conditions, all that, self-explanatory as well. Double Breakthrough Skill. Now, sometimes I would side out, you know, Skill Prisoner for a Breakthrough Skill because, you know, as useful as Skill Prisoner is, Breakthrough Skill sometimes comes out way better. Because, you know, gosh, obviously, you know, you got your Ignister, you got Black Rose Dragon every now and again, just blowing up your whole entire field. You want to negate that. You definitely want to negate that. Now, in the case of, you know, Yang Zings, obviously, I'm referring back to them as my vendetta, but, you know, obviously you can't use that, so I guess side in other stuff. Skill Drain, really good card, stops a lot of decks. Pay 1,000, and then you can use Comic Hand to pretty much take over that monster. It turns into a ToOn, and it's a spell card effects that allows you to attack directly. And you start attacking them, and Skill Drain, and they can't do much about that. Torrential Tribute, your ToOns are protected, self-explanatory. Destroy the whole field except for your ToOns. Even if you Comic Hand your opponent's monster, comes to your side of the field, it becomes a ToOn, so protected. Vandy's Emptiness, obviously the most hated card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just kidding, I really don't know, but, you know, that's pretty hurtful. You don't want to worry too much about that. Sometimes you want to side it out. If you know, the new Monarchs, but I'll let you know about that. ToOn Kingdom, now, a ruling I wanted to let you guys know about this card is, so the only time when you activate it is actually when you activate it. So, you put in your field spell card zone and you forget about it, because everybody's like, oh, I can change the activation of you protecting your ToOns. No. All these are continuous conditions. The colons and pretty much everything else, I love how Konami made this, or whoever created the text of this card, built it in such a way that ToOn Kingdom is one of the most broken cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because nothing activates here. It's just conditions and continuous. And if, or like, I think, yeah, if, it's crazy. And I really like it. Like, ToOn Kingdom, so just let you know, guys, let's say people wanted to change the activation of this, they cannot. Even Nicuria Beast cannot. Nicuria Beast cannot do it, because Nicuria Beast is upon activation. This is, doesn't even activate at all. Well, you can, Nicuria Beast can still negate the activation of the actual card, but it cannot negate the conditions and continuous, effect to protect your ToOns. So, amazing card, ToOn Kingdom, definitely want to run that at 3. Now, you know, it's pretty much the same extra inside deck. You know, you got your Castel, Diamond Dire, Ragnar Zero, I guess some ones I guess pretty much, you know, pulled out. All the stuff that is your go-to. If you know XYZs. If you don't know XYZs, you know, I'll try to let you know more about the XYZs. You know, Castel and Diamond Eye are pretty much the big ones if you really want to do it. Another really good one, obviously Silent Arc, but in ToOns especially, is number 82 Heartland Draco. Now, I'm not really 100% sure on the rulings of its effect completely, but I know that he can't be targeted for attack when you control face-up spell cards, so any Kaiser, Comic-Con, Toon Kingdom, anything. So you get, it's 2 level 4s, and you sit on this, and you're pretty safe. As long as you don't have any Floodgate cards that are preventing you from summoning this, you're good. Now, side deck, this is a bigger side deck, or this is definitely not 15 cards, but just, you know, some options for side deck. I'm obviously, all this isn't in my side deck, but I'm trying to thin it down, because a regionals is coming up, and I want to make sure everything's good. Mimicat eventually found its way right out of my deck, because it's just, this was my dead draw every single time. I know I've told you guys, like, this is such a broken card. This is called Break Yu-Gi-Oh! Right here, or like, this is your Monster Reborn, your Snack Steal, your, not really a Snack Steal, but pretty much use any card in your opponent's graveyard at you, as long as you have the conditions met. Love this card, but it's just way too conditional for you to be able to have it first turn. Like, even if you do draw into it first turn, I guess, you know, you put it in your side. If you have a person who, obviously, is not going to match up against ToOns, just do this to mess with them, you know, but be nice about it. You know, what's more tormenting or funny about you taking their cards completely? So, especially with Comic-Con, you know. I already know about this, just, Dimensional Fissure. This is German. Ja, ja, warum ich liebe deutsche Sprache. Ja, es tut mir leid. Yeah, so this is for, you know, Infernoids or Yangzings or stuff like that that uses the grave or abuses the grave. You want to do that. Terraforming, if you really need like more consistency, but I suggest, yeah. Toon World, I don't know why I never even use this card, and I've had it in my side deck for such a long time. Obviously, it was good back then for, you know, just making sure your Toons get out there, because they need Toon World, but now Toon Kingdom pretty much takes that place. Unless they mess with Horus and you want to, or Prohibition Toon Kingdom, and you know that's a threat, you want to definitely have Toon World somewhere in there. Mystical Space Typhoon, you know, if they run some random crap like Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell, you want to make sure you hit that one. Even if it's a blind MST, you definitely want to get rid of that, because you don't want your Toon Kingdom to be destroyed, or to be permanently gone. Again, for Exodia burn decks, you definitely want this on your side, just for those random cards, or like, you know, mill your heart out, kind of, or not really mill your heart out, but stuff like that. This is just cause for fun, you know. Toon Blue Eyes, also Toon Buster Blader's out, but I had them in here, and they're just, you know, they're fun to look at. They're nothing too as good as the new Red Eyes. So, do Mask of Restrict, really good card. I'm sorry, going on 20 minutes now, but these are for the new Monarchs or for Infernoids, and you have your Toon Mask, and this is pretty much for everything else as well. Toon Mask to help you out there, and you know, just throw that in. Macrocosmos, that, and pretty much just slide them in as is. So these cards that were 3 of in the deck are now 2 to help the consistency, and that really is it. I'm gonna let you guys go now. It's getting a little long for this video, but thank you so much. I'm gonna try to post more videos now. I'm sort of frayed away from my character build deck, and I'll tell you the reasons later. My character build decks are sort of on the wayside for good, and which is a little disappointing. But I just let you know, I love you guys. Thank you, YouTube. Comment, rate, subscribe, share with your friends. Let people know I exist, at least. Hopefully you appreciate this poorly drawn Toon mat I've made. It's something I guess threw together because I really wanted just something to play Toons on. So thank you guys so much, and you guys have a most wonderful day and week, or whatever, starting your week. And thank you.